Hello, my name is Nathaniel Dodson, and I run the Covenanter Monthly Pamphlet Program over at covenanter.org/pamphlets. You can head over there and check all the pamphlets out. You can subscribe for just $10 a month, and you get a brand new pamphlet delivered to your doorstep each and every month. Now, this month, that is February of 2016, we have Observations on the Public Covenants by Archibald Mason. To give you an idea of what can be found within this booklet, I'm going to read here a portion of the back of the book. What happens when a nation professes the true religion and makes this profession explicit by publicly swearing to uphold and practice that faith? Clearly, this happened in Israel under the Old Testament administration of Moses. However, is this practice advisable or even lawful for nations under the New Testament? After all, what do New Testament Christians have to do with Old Testament practices? These are questions which challenge our views concerning the relation of the Old and New Testaments, as well as our understanding of what is and what is not moral in the Mosaic economy. During the First and Second Reformations, Scotland followed the example of Israel in public covenanting, believing that public social covenanting was a moral and not a ceremonial observance. Even if it is moral, is it needful? In Observations on the Public Covenants betwixt God and the Church, Archibald Mason explains the moral basis for covenanting and the descending obligation of public covenants. He does so by examining the case of Israel and drawing moral parallels with the Scottish Reformers. Mason not only addresses the morality of covenanting, but more importantly, he explains how and why it ought to be observed by nations under the New Testament. Mason also is careful to explain the consequences which fall upon a nation once having covenanted with the Lord, but now in the process of breaking vows formerly made and owned. He addresses the question of whether or not ancestors have a right to bind their descendants, and if they can bind their consciences. Unsurprisingly, given Mason's interest in eschatology, the entire discourse continually bends toward the postmillennial hope that the true religion will prevail before Christ returns, and that the manner in which the kingdoms of this world become the kingdoms of our Lord and His Christ, Revelation 11:15, will be through the process of national covenanting. Mason believed that ignorance was no excuse for Christians in this matter, but that all who professed the true religion had an obligation to study with an eye toward that hope. In this small book, he attempts to remove many of the obstacles to belief. So there you have it, Observations on the Public Covenants betwixt God and the Church by Archibald Mason. You can get it, covenanter.org/pamphlets. Thank you for watching.